Hello, I'm Karen, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you that the king replied to me in crochet code. For those of you that have been watching my videos, you know that last year I shared that I was actually started to be able to read the Voynich manuscript, and I was turning the terms into crochet stitches and into English letters. Okay, so this here is a picture of King Charles this was on BBC website on Christmas Day, and as we can see here, we've got in the background there, this is Queen Victoria's monument just there, and it looks remarkably like a bell. In the last video that I shared, I was actually sharing the coronation squares that I'd made from the actual date of King Charles and Queen Camilla's coronation, and I'd shared this little bell cozy. Okay, so the clues that I got from the king, from the actual speech that we've actually got itself. So we start off here. So it says, here's the broadcast in full, and this is from the BBC website. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on the 8th paragraph, we can see he starts saying the word all. In total, King Charles said the word all 14 times on that day. On the bell gauge itself, that's where we've got number 14, which is the size of the actual crochet hook. So to me, I knew that these was clues. Okay, and then so what I did is, these are the patterns. So this is the actual set of letters. The way that I got the set of letters was the same way that I did for the coronation date. So you've got 3 letters, 3 lots of all inside one paragraph. That represents the letter C. If you've got 1 in a paragraph, it represents the letter A, because we're using that kind of cipher code as well. Okay, so this is the actual patterns, and for the actual patterns we can see that we actually make this, it is a C shape there. It actually works up like that when you make it. If you've been watching my videos, you will know that last year when I first started to share, I was reading the Voynich manuscript on the, I think it was the 6th of February. I actually shared a pattern that was almost identical to this, and I didn't know what it was. This pattern is, as you can see, it's making the L shape, which is from my other video, which I did in 2021, which was where I was using the word Göbekli Tepe, because I'd actually learned that I could actually turn words into crochet patterns. And the clues there, we needed to have 2. Okay, so these ones here, so from the 3 that created, this is 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock is the time the king did his speech, and that gave me is a hook. And the L shape itself, it had 144 stitches. If we write 144 like that, it looks like all. However, for the code, it should have a 1 like that, so it created all X. And putting it together, I got all X is a hook, or remove 1. Okay, so then what I did is, because the clues are to make it twice, so we've got 2. So 2 lots of this set of letters does actually make Charles and Camilla and a number 8. It also makes is hook and egg basket. And my favourite is coronation 2023 and a square, which was my clue back to the actual coronation square that I'd made. So what did we actually make? So these are the instructions for the actual pattern. So let's just move, I'm just going to move things out of the way a little bit so I can, whoops a daisy, put those there. So I'm just going to bring over the basket. Okay, so this is, oh, I hope you can see everything, move those bits out of the way. So this is the basket, this is the base of the basket. Okay, and so remember that I said to you about the C shapes. If we stuff them, yeah, we need to make them in pairs. They also are part of a clue. Oh, sorry, you can see I've got hairs on there. Right, so I'm going to just take the lid off. Inside the basket are pieces of 8. So it's like you found the treasure. Yeah, these are the 2 letter C shapes. Well, if I've done these ones, so you can actually move them. So they actually, Charles and Camilla. Yeah, so that was also another clue. But the actual, so there was 8 in the basket. So you can see I've got 3 there, 4, 5. And the other 3 that fitted inside the basket. I'm going to take them all out though, because I need to show something else with the basket. I'm going to move those. Right, so going back, sorry, I've got to keep using my notes because it's so complicated, I can't remember everything. So that was the actual crochet pattern for the lid, for the basket. And the actual edging of the actual basket, I found extra stitches. So I had got another clue previously, which was which I'll share in later, but this clue here, so here we actually make 8 stitches. When I was showing how to do them in crochet with the terms I was using before, so we've actually got single, a double, a half treble, a treble, a half double treble, a double treble, a half triple treble, and a triple treble crochet stitch. If you use all of those symbols, and we need the 9 C's there, it does turn into, so that's equals, sorry, just above there, Elizabeth 8. So it was another clue towards Queen Elizabeth. The other clues that I'd got from the actual basket are, there's 8 rounds on the base, there's 15 rounds on the side. The lid measures from the point to here, measures 5 inches, and there's 8 rounds on there. And I could get 16, technically, C shapes, because these are in pairs, into the basket. The clue was to remove 1, so we need to have 7 pieces, which gives us a number 14. This gives us a date, 14th of August, 1585. On that date, Queen Elizabeth I refuses sovereignty of Netherlands. This is my link to the Dutch magazine Penelope, because of the Netherlands, yeah, because the Netherlands, they speak Dutch, so that was another clue. And the date itself, 14th of August, turns into hook all 8. The other clue that I've got for the basket that's on its own, so the measurements of the basket, we've got 6 inches on the base, 5 inches on the side, and a total of 23 rounds, and that created 6 of the 5th 23, which is the King Charles and Queen Camilla's coronation date again. Okay, so moving on. Oh, and this set of letters, so there's 9 of these letters, and that created hook 4. The other clue that I've got, which I didn't share, which I've just seem to have skimmed past it, was if we go back to this bit here, I think I said that, but I need to, yeah, I did. I said to remove 1. So then what I did is I removed 1 letter from that set of 9. But before I did that, so we've actually got, I had a new clue. So from the stitches of the actual edges of this one piece, there was 144 stitches. I've got the 3 o'clock, and I've got the Queen and King's coronation date there, and that then gave me another clue, which was remove 4 of 9 and add a C. Yep, so before we do that, I'm going to carry on with the other clue, which was to remove 1. So that one then leads me to, let me just move these bits out of the way. This leads me to this basket. Okay, so just move these out of the way. And we've got 8 eggs that fit in the basket. Yes, the eggs are actually a crochet pattern as well, so let's move the eggs out of the way. So this particular basket itself, here we've got a liner that goes in the basket. So the actual basket itself, following the instructions, I've ended up with a total of 20 rounds for the basket, and there's 23 V8 stitches for the handle, so that's 23. We needed to make a pentagon, which has got 5 sides, and it actually is made of 6 rounds to fit the actual basket. So we've still got the 6th of the 5th, 2023, which was referring back to the coronation date. And the coronation date, and this set of letters itself, when we've removed 1, actually also equals 6th of the 5th, 2023. So I knew that my pattern was correct for that particular one there. And because we need to make 2 pieces of there, I could get Charles and Camilla and a number 8 again. And the other way around was hook, egg, basket. So I'd actually still got an egg basket. And for that particular set of letters, we could find hook 2 and hook 1. Plus another clue, which was 13 chains. Okay, so moving on to this bit here. So this is where, so we've removed 4 of the 9 and added a C. Okay, so we get a new set. We have got the 6 letters now. So we've got C, A, B, A, C, C, and that equals I all 8. The clues we've got there as well, there is 5 C's and an 8. We get a 58, which is relating back to Queen Elizabeth I again, because that's when she found out she became queen. And the basket itself, the measurements of the basket. So let's just go, is it on that page there? Yep. So we've got the base equals 5 inches. We did 64 stitches, and there was 6 rounds. The side was 3 inches. I did 8 rounds, and it got 64 stitches. If you turn those numbers into letters, you get those letters there. That creates Charles and Camilla's or hook egg basket. Right, so hang on a minute, we're moving forward. So I've got to move to the next basket, okay? So this is the next basket. This basket contains duck eggs for this particular one. And hang on a minute, we need to go. So the duck pattern itself, when I followed the instructions for there, written out in the terminology that I was using before, you get all of those crosses, and that turns into King Charles, Queen Camilla, Coronation 6/5/2023 crochet patterns. And hang on a minute, turn over the page. We've also got, so inside the basket, so we've got 8 eggs, as we would expect 8 eggs. But we actually have a bow liner. So this one, when it opens out, looks like a bow. Actually, this one twizzles, so we could actually make like a fan thing with it as well, which is really cool. But this matches exactly the same stitches as the squares that I was doing for the coronation square. So we've got number 5, which was linking back to Queen Elizabeth when I was doing the bell gauge, when I was looking through there. There's 8, which is representing the number 8, which is the stitch inside the Voynich manuscript. And the name of the hook, the number hook, is the number 8. The next one up is 11, which is the month that King Charles was born, and also the month that Queen Elizabeth I was actually, she found out she was queen. This one is 14, so we've got 14 of the 11th. The 14 again linking back to the bell gauge and the hook. This one is, so then we go up to number 17. So on the 17th of the 11th, 1558 was when the Queen Elizabeth I found out she was queen. The 17 also goes back to Queen Camilla because she was born on the 17th. The next one is 20. This one's 23, so that's 2023, which is the year. And the very edge makes 26 stitches, which is the 26 letters of the alphabet, which is where I was saying that the Queen Elizabeth was saying inside the Voynich manuscript that they was changing the code from having 23 letters into 26 letters. Now this pattern as well, so the basket, there was 5 inches across the bottom, 3 inches up the side, which was 5 and an 8, so we've still got 5 and 3 equals 8, and there's 24 for the handle, which is a number also divisible by 8. Now I did find other clues and I did find other patterns along the way, which is where, so if I go back to the beginning, I said to you that this cardigan, this was my own pattern that I'd already published, and I'd already, even though I did publish this video, I did take it down because I'd made some errors, because when I was first trying to demonstrate I could do the Voynich manuscript, I was in my early days and I had made mistakes. So what I did is I found all the other little patterns. So let me just show you. So I've got a little number 8. I had this piece, which I was like, I didn't know originally what that was. Hang on a minute, let's get my other pieces. And I did have a small one of these, which I would say is like bunting. And these actually fitted. So the square, if we actually add them to the bunting, adds to the edge of the square. And where is it? And if we make so the bell that I showed you before, if we add on the bunting to the edge of it, we can then make a crown. So this becomes a crown egg cozy. So this is to do with having breakfast, and you'd have your cozy on there. You've seen them in the image anyway at the beginning of the video. The other piece that I found was this, which was, whoops-a-daisy, this one which looks like a little wing. Now and I had a clue, remember, of chain 13. And where is it? So if we go back, so the video that I did after I'd pulled back the Voynich manuscript was this bunny. Yeah, it was a beginner's basic bunny, but it began with a chain of 13. And I soon realised that if we actually added all of the pieces together that I'd found, I could actually make a chicken. Okay, so the chicken itself is made from, this is the chain 13 to get the body. this little bit that I said to you, where is it? This bit that I didn't know what it was, that's the wattles on the chicken. This is the comb on the chicken. The wings are made from the coronation square with the frills added to it, and the tail is made from a smaller version of the square. This little bit here on the actual drumstick of there is this bit wrapped around the actual feet that I've made. So for this chicken, it is actually made of 8 individual patterns. So we've got 1 for the tail, 2 for the wing, 3 for the leg, 4 for the drumstick, 5 for the body, 6 for the wattle, 7 for the beak, and 8 for the actual comb at the top. And when you measure that from top to bottom, it actually also measures 8 inches. So this is where we get the pun and the twist and things. So this is a coronation chicken, which a coronation chicken is a recipe. And in when they actually first started introducing the crochet patterns, they were called recipes. And when they was looking for the Voynich manuscript, the clues that I got from King James were to look for the book, and it was called Recipe. Okay, so let's just move on. So we just got to just show you those bits. So these are the bits where I've actually wrote out, these are the patterns which have come from the letters that I was given, and that letter there made hook 3. So if we put all of the clues that I got together, we ended up with, so the first set of letters, which was a set of 9, I got hook 4. Then the second set of letters, I got hook 2 and hook 1. The third bit, I got hook 3. If we use the date of the Christmas day when the King Charles was actually doing his speech, which is the 25th of December 2023, I've done it in 2 different formats because of the way that the clues have gone. So I got hook 7 and hooks, so that says 8 hooks, sorry. The coronation date itself equals a 4mm hook, or it equals 6 hooks. My actual bunny, when I actually released that video, I was surprised with that. I actually got all hooks and 4mm hooks out of that. And the date that I actually released my Göbekli Tepe, the cardigan, was on the 6th of April 2021. And that was hook 5. That was 27th of March, by the way, 2023, when I did the bunny. So I've actually got hooks from 1 all the way to number 8 on there. The other thing, I know this is so complex, the other thing that we've also got is that technically the king actually said the word all 16 times, because he said the word, so the especially and call is there. This one's got a circle because of that one I forgot to highlight it. So there is actually a total of 16 on there. Not only that, he followed the other ones that I was showing in the Voynich manuscript. So if you use the first letter of each of these paragraphs all the way down, you actually get this set of letters, which turns into Crochet Christmas all 8, and it will also turn into a chicken is your pattern. Also from that one I just did these things off here, so I was just writing down what we'd actually got there. If I turn them back into numbers, and that actually created a 4-post granny square. So we've linked everything together, she says, more or less. So if we actually look at the word all, there was 14 alls in the beginning, which made 7 hooks. But if we actually add on those hidden words of all, from especially and call, it created 16 of the alls, which turns into 8 hooks, which turns into King Charles and Queen Camilla, 6th of the 5th, 2023. And there's only one thing that we've got, which is, or 2 things should I say, which don't seem to actually want to fit perfectly into place. However, they do. So if we go back to the cardigan, I've put a number 8 on there for its button because I thought that was cute. And we go back to the rabbit. Yeah, so the cardigan is actually a place in Wales. So you get a Welsh rabbit, which is also a twist on words, yeah, but is also another recipe. Okay, it's actually a Welsh recipe. It's like a cheese sauce thing on toast, or cheese on toast. So, and the other thing, just because I wanted to do it, I've actually got a pair of chickens, by the way. I did 2 because everything was working in two, so I thought I'd best do that. But the other thing that I did as well is you can actually have some fun with the chicken. So we've got a crown that I made, so you can actually have a crown of a chicken. We can also put it on as a skirt, so it would make Hawaiian chicken, which is also a recipe. So I do believe that all of the clues that I've found and shared with you today demonstrate that the king did actually respond to me in code in front of everybody, and nobody noticed it because it is such a clever code that they've been using. So yeah, I managed to date it all the way back to 900 so far. And so I just want to say a massive thank you to the king and queen. I really appreciate you took all the time to not only watch my videos and to pick things out of my videos to give me clues, but help me make this fabulous chicken. I absolutely love it. And so I just wanted to say thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I'm just trying to get them to stand up. There we go. They look really weird like that, don't they? But yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I am aware that King Charles is actually going to go to hospital and going to go and have a little bit of surgery done. So I do hope that that goes smoothly, and I wish him a speedy recovery. And also Princess Catherine, the Princess of Wales, that is, she's now the Princess of Wales, but she's also not being very well. So I do hope they all have a speedy recovery. And oh, I forgot the duck's eggs. So the duck egg was also a clue to me, because remember I told you I wrote to the king. I am from Nottingham, so hey up me duck. Thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for subscribing. Bye for now.